Welcome, everyone, to this meeting, which is primarily driven by the Bogs campaign. Welcome also if you are viewing this on our YouTube channel. The focus of the campaign is to save the land on East Park Drive, which HIP proposed to develop. For the Bogs Group, this has never been just about the golf course. These presentations will take around 15 to 20 minutes. We ask for your attention to what we know is a lot of information to consume at one sitting. You can, though, stop, pause, or rewind this video at any time if you wish to clarify any particular issue. It's just a big lie. Stanley Park Golf Course loses £97,000 each year. The claims made by Blackpool Council that the golf course was losing money are completely unreliable and not based on any evidence. During the period that Mac Trading held a contract, they did not pay any of the agreed £70,000 per year rent, which was in their contract. They also kept all the golf receipts, both for annual contracts and pay-and-play golfers. These losses to the public purse over an 8-year period are estimated at a total of £1.5 million. If Blackpool Council did lose any money, it was clearly through their own maladministration. Blackpool Council's senior management team. Blackpool councillors only make decisions based on the information that the management team give them. If this information is flawed, then councillors are making unreliable decisions. That does not excuse them. They have an obligation to ask the right questions and ensure that they are properly informed. At meetings, senior managers have made promises which they later denied. They have been obstructive, using confidentiality to shield themselves from further scrutiny. They have protected the developer by not revealing facts which should be in the public domain. When repeatedly asked to provide details and information, they have been silent. When provided with clear evidence of these issues, we challenge them through their corporate complaints process, which, surprise, surprise, found they could not find any fault. Blackpool councillors. Looking back at some of the meetings, it would appear that for some councillors this was personal. Some councillors being openly hostile. Some of the statements made by councillors were puerile and at best ill-informed. They were given several opportunities to meet and declined. Emails and even hand-delivered letters were ignored. The councillors closed ranks on this issue. When Labour councillor Martin Mitchell chose to bring the matter to scrutiny, he lost his chairmanship of the scrutiny committee, and he has since resigned from the party. Stanley Park Golf Course Limited is a subcontractor for United Kingdom Adventure Parks. The council have contracted with UKAP, agreeing a 6-year term on a peppercorn rent. They also will keep all the golf receipts, which is estimated to be around £250,000 to £350,000 each year. Their accounts, which have not been audited, appear to show that the golf course is not losing money, but is in fact operating profitably. The course is fully booked most of the time and has been for the last 2 to 3 years. This adds another tag to the lie that golf at Stanley Park is in decline. This is how the various parties operate as part of this development. Blackpool Council still retain the freehold for this land. Homes Investment Properties are the parent company. UKAP are a subsidiary company. Stanley Park Golf Course Limited are a subcontractor. All these companies are London-based, at the same address, and have shared directorships. So your council tax payments are already subsidising a private company that will take their profits and spend them down south. In fact, and perhaps most galling of all, Blackpool Park Golf Club made a proposal some time ago to the council to run the course for them, keeping it owned by the people it was bequeathed to and at no cost at all to the council. It was declined. So where's the council support for the local community? How much will the council get from this development? It would appear that Homes Investment Properties procurement bid was won based on promises. The lease between Blackpool Council and HIP is based on what may happen, not what will happen. They have agreed on a peppercorn rent. That is a nominal sum, possibly as little as £1 per year. If the planning gets approval, then they will give the council £2 million for a 175-year lease on the land. There is also a possibility that the council could get some income from the rental of the log cabins. This £2 million, by the way, is a significant undervaluation of the land's real worth in development terms. If HIP fail to get planning permission, then after 6 years they will give Blackpool Council £200,000 and walk away. HIP's track record is not one of a solid, reliable company. The council can only hope they pay up when the time comes. Blackpool Park Golf Club, throughout this debacle, have tried to remain neutral, working with both the council and with HIP. The loss of the golf holes on the east side is an issue for some of the golfers. They wish to retain the heritage and history that goes back over nearly 100 years. Equally, there are many golfers who would welcome a 9-hole golf course. The club is not an elite private members club owned by the golfers. It is registered as a community amateur sports club and provides a community hub for hundreds of people, many of whom have never played golf. The club is for many a social hub where they meet, eat and chill together with friends and family. However, the circumstances changed this year when it became clear that despite their promise to work with the golf club members, HIP revealed their actual intention to close down the club in January 2023. After this aggressive turn of events, the golf club decided that it should align itself with the Bogs campaign. The club believe that by joining forces, it will be to the mutual benefit of both parties. If the club is safe, the green space will be safe. If the green space is safe, the club will be safe. The Community Benefit Society is a real alternative to this development. The Community Benefit Society submitted a bid as part of the procurement process. As part of the business plan, they were required to provide profit and loss and cash flow projections. Although they were not successful in winning the bid, the council commended their business plan and stated that the financial offer was actually stronger than that of the winning bid. Over 6 years, this bid would have put over £345,000 into the council coffers. It also forecasts profitability over the same period of around £90,000, which will be reinvested as a not-for-profit operation on this site. If you believe the council and they have lost over £97,000 each year, then this would save them a further £582,000. But it's not just about the money. The bid would have secured the land and retained it in public ownership, protecting the green space and adding real community benefits through social engagement with its residents. These are the steps that make up the current project plan. They are by no means complete or absolute. We hope that through the public's involvement, we will improve on this plan, adding more and varied options which will help challenge this development. This is what the project plan looks like. This is a typical document which simply allows those managing the project to keep events on track. You will notice that the majority of the activity is prior to the start of the planning application. Once the planning application is made, there will be an even more intense period of activity. For example, the consultation period only lasts for 21 days. The environmental impact assessment has already been carried out for the council by specialist contractors. The developer then needs to provide an environmental statement which will comply with this assessment. This statement will then be subject to scrutiny by the council's specialist contractor for completeness. UKAP have a significant amount of work still to do to complete their environmental statement. The cost of producing such a statement could not be underestimated. The cost of complying with such a statement can be very significant and prohibitive to the contractor. For example, the cost of traffic management issues alone can require hundreds of thousands of pounds. They cannot complete a planning application until the environmental statement has been complete. The statement above is taken from a Blackpool Planning Department email dated the 22nd of August 2022, stating that no application has been made. The planning process. So if planning gets underway, this is the process an application will be subject to. Once an application is made, the process overall should only take 16 weeks. The Planning Committee. Officers will make recommendations to the Planning Committee to help them reach a decision. The Council could, though, delegate these powers to the planning officers or refer the matter to the Secretary of State, which members of the public can also request. Once the decision is made, there should still be an opportunity to appeal unless it goes to the Secretary of State, where there is no appeal. These are some of the planning issues. Planning policy review. Blackpool Council has a number of other policy documents which are linked to the planning process. These need to be reviewed in order to find issues which conflict with this development. For example, the green and blue strategy. The Statement of Community Involvement is a planning policy document which sets out how the council and the planners should engage with the public. It needs to be interrogated to ensure that Blackpool follow their own guidance in relation to this policy. Planning policy and strategy. This is a research activity looking at recent planning decisions, the outcomes of which may be relevant to this development. For example, planning refusals or planning objections. Alternative locations. Originally, Homes Investment were offered land on the Blackpool Sports Village. Is this land still available for development? Are there any other sites in or around Blackpool and the Fylde which could accommodate this development? Research and demand. UKAP have not presented any evidence that there is a demand for this type of development. We need to do the opposite and demonstrate that there is no such demand, in particular from local residents. Community action. One voice. It needs to be remembered that although for many this is an emotive issue, planning applications are determined around the evidence. So we need to concentrate on those issues which will be most detrimental to any application. Planning have confirmed that a petition with 2,000 signatures carries just as much weight as 2,000 individual letters. Indeed, individual letters will not be replied to. Other groups. We need to take the message to other groups. Are you a member of a group or a society who would welcome a presentation to their members? Women's Institute, Probus Clubs, the Masons, sports clubs. Flyers. We have over 10,000 postcard-sized flyers. Phase 1 covers those streets immediately surrounding Stanley Park. Phase 2 is the wider distribution to areas such as Heron's Reach and Leighton. Love thy neighbour. We will provide leaflets to those of you who wish to distribute in your neighbourhood. Public protests. Meetings in and around Stanley Park. Having a presence at other events such as those on the bandstand in Stanley Park, and protests outside the town hall. Such events need to be coordinated and take time to organise. This is the front cover of our current flyer. That cover asks the questions that this development poses. Door-to-door deliveries need to be targeted and timely. Phase 1 has around 3,000 homes in the area surrounding Stanley Park. The area is split into 4. North Park Drive with 366 homes, West Park Drive with over 1,000 homes, South Park Drive with 585 homes, and East Park Drive with just short of 1,000 homes. With activities like this, we hope to increase the number of guardians subscribing to the Bogs website. Our aim should be to increase our number to between 2,000 and 3,000 homes. I will send out the list by email to those registered on our website, so you can see if your street is on the list. It is important that we use all these media outlets. Social media is great at spreading the word, but does not appear to have any significant impact. We need to find a way to engage with the news media. We need to understand what makes good news for radio, newspapers and TV. May elections are due in 2023. As such, all wards will be up for grabs. So it's possible that certain members may shift their thinking. We are not a political group, but we need to canvass all those who are seeking election, making as strong a case as possible. In particular, we need to target those ward councillors who had the smallest majorities at the last election in 2019. Blackpool residents should contact their respective ward councillors. Non-residents have a right to contact councillors as groups or individual service users. Our outcome should be that we made this an issue they could not ignore if they wished to get elected. We need your help. We are looking for groups or individuals who can help us deliver this campaign. So, if you know someone who may be able to contribute, we want to hear from them. It may be they can help deliver flyers or help out with public events. In particular, we would welcome help from those who have professional occupations. Traffic management, planning consultants, web designers, social media bloggers, marketing and IT specialists, project managers, contract negotiators, legal services. Working or retired, their experience could be invaluable. Just use the contact form on the website if you wish to get involved at any level. Before we go to our Q&A, I would like to introduce you to the Windmill Youth Development Group. In March 2020, the Windmill Group received an award presented to them by Blackpool Civic Trust. The award was for the work they continue to do to this day. That is, the restoration and maintenance of footpaths through woodland gardens and those surrounding Heron's Reach. The group is also involved in many more volunteering projects in and around Blackpool and the Fylde. I am pleased to confirm that the group have agreed to undertake the distribution of Phase 1 of our flyers. Stuart Sykes is here tonight representing the group. However, I have asked him along tonight to speak as a seasoned campaigner who fought and won a successful campaign several years ago to stop a proposed development on Stanley Park. Questions from the floor. Mobile phone contacts. This was a great suggestion from the floor. Asking each person in the room to commit to sending out a message to those on their contact list with a link to the change.org petition. But what about our MPs? Both Paul Maynard and Scott Benton have been supportive of the campaign since its inception. Both are on public record stating their opposition to this development. Scott Benton in particular has been very vocal on his social network, and he has offered to distribute our campaign leaflets along with his constituency newsletters. What about Blackpool councillors? Around 8 Conservative councillors attended the meeting, including their leader, Tony Williams. Tony addressed the meeting, making a pledge to roll back this development if they have a majority at the next election. Members of Blackpool Green Party were also in attendance, and they are also firmly against the loss of this green space. Sadly, there were no Labour councillors present, but we are assured they are aware of the campaign. Once more, we are not supporting or validating any political parties. What is important is that when the time comes, we are organised and that we canvass all those who are seeking election, making this an issue they should not ignore. Clubs and associations. We were given support from a local gardening club who will be asking their members to join the campaign. We have also been invited to address members of the Central Blackpool Business Forum. We will also be attending Blackpool Council's Cost of Living workshop on Wednesday, the 7th of September. Media contacts. Many thanks go to Sheila Parkinson from the Blackpool Gazette, who attended tonight, taking photographs and speaking to many of the audience after the meeting. Lastly, can we just say Thank you for listening, thank you for caring, and thank you for your support. This is the Change.org petition. Although titled Stanley Park Golf Course, this is a petition to save the land east of East Park Drive. Our thanks go to Gina Wood for starting off this petition. As it stands, the petition has over 1,000 signatures. We need to increase this to over 2,000, maybe 3,000. So please spread the word. Take up the text Contact All mobile phone challenge and let's make this petition really fly. If you've not yet signed up to our website, please do, and we will do our best to keep you informed. And don't forget, sign the petition on change.org.